It happened in Salem, the story of Abigail Williams. It's a warm night. The stars are clear and painfully bright. The crescent moon is like a slanted smile in the sky. And yet, as you walk across the last few steps of the clearing at the edge of the forest, you are suddenly chilled to the bone. Although there is no tangible sign of anything, past or present, you know that something happened here, beneath your feet, in the molecules of air that surround your body. Something undescribably bad happened, something wrong, something just shy of evil. Perhaps it was written down decades after the event by a trembling hand that burned in the flickers of a dying candle flame before it could even be read. Or maybe the dark tale was published in a volume that everyone believed was a work of fiction because it was far too dark, too horrid to be true. And after a century or two or three, people stopped reading the book altogether. Perhaps that's why you chose to walk this forgotten path through the forest by the lonely and secluded clearing. Step by step, you feel the pain, the fear, the desperation, which after several hundred years became nothing more than loneliness and helplessness, until you breathed in the air, once released as a curse against the universe for letting such a despicable act occur. Although nearby there was horror and madness, collusion, corruption, here, beneath your feet, in this precise spot, beneath moon and stars, something indescribably wicked occurred, and you're the only one who knows, until now. No witches flew through these skies, no demons, no devils crawled up from beneath the earth, breathing fire, smelling of brimstone and hate. No misshapen beast of enormity threatened a helpless soul. Something more hideous by far once stood here, misshapen in mind and spirit, not in body, but more sinister in thought and deed than any act in Salem town or Salem village. Here, the culmination of every dark thought that once flashed like blood-red lightning through a clear, dark night in the twisted mind of the minister, the Reverend Samuel Parris, as he cornered the fresh body of Abigail Williams, just beginning to blossom. There had been misdeeds by both, some small, some monumentally large and dark and irreversible. Here, a clearing once stood before a forest where the Reverend would hunt the young Abigail as a ravenous wolf pursuing a yearling doe through the woods. To step into the forest, a clearing that is currently located on a road ironically called Forest Street, is to step back through time into the 17th century once more. It's 1692. It's the height of the Salem witch trials, and only you know the precise spot where Abigail took her final shuddering breath, stolen from her by the frantic actions of the minister of madness. Abigail's frail body lay limp in the arms of the first ordained minister of Salem village. He dropped her in a tangle of vines and saplings and piled loose brush and a few errant stones from a nearby boundary fence to conceal her body. A month later, frantic with fear, he returned to find her body stolen by scavengers. Abigail Williams was never seen again. The world knows a false story of half-truths and complete lies. Now, beneath a silver moon and a blanket of icy stars, you stand in the spot where her life was stolen, her innocence corrupted. This place holds the dark memory, and you tremble with the power of knowledge and unbearable sadness. Abigail Williams is with you. This is hallowed ground, and only you can remove the stain of corruption and sin that once shook earth and sky, as this girl, barely 13, begged for her life. No witch, but a man of the cloth, flooded her tear-filled eyes with the horrors of the world. There are places of dark and inconsolable tragedy here, in the woods, just beyond this clearing that silently stands by an unfamiliar church, is the stain of Salem. Now called Danvers, Salem village longs to weep no more. A dark place, even beneath the burning summer sun. Tread softly until the world knows of her smile and her sadness, and hears her story, the story of Abigail Williams.